music.
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Designed it, and the sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were constantly out of balance. Individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources and lack of community led to terrible suffering. Poor dears didn't have the firm, benevolent hand of the sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have community, purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well at night. Work isn't strenuous or stressful. Food is nutritious and plentiful. We have everything we need. Prudence dictates we take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the sovereign. Well, that, as they say, is that. What's next? Our station offers only the best in music for protectorate subjects. It's your due, because our way is superior to others.
Investigating hostile enemy
will be
spotted.
terminated from
Check ball!
battle jump.
Resorting to violence. The unknown variable. Idols are in the red team.
Look, I know this ain't gonna get to the abbot, but I have complaints that need registering anyhow. This monastery's too big for the staff we've got, and it sure seems like the scienticians and theorists here ain't fixated on keeping neat. I might just be a novice, but at 73 years of age, I have enough self-respect that I shouldn't be picking up another body's lavation towels. Still, ain't as bad as it was in Auntie's choice, but that don't mean it's good. I just ask you folks to remember that there's more of importance out here than just your numbers.
Nowhere near as interesting as the taxidermied cross-sections displaying their internal organs I made when I was a child.
I handle this.
Superior protectorate products.
Neither migraines, nor muscle aches, nor plasma weapon cauterizations will stay thee from thine appointed tasks. When duty calls, Call Matriarch's own Mercy Oxymorphone. It's the pain subjugator.
Intriguing items engagingly described. What's up next? Long ago, the matriarch devised the paradigm plan to support a...
Isn't this fancy? Guessing these are the abbot's quarters. Did the abbot take a vow of resplendency?
down to this exquisite next song.
Receiver with your neighbors. This is Protectorate's Sanctioned Wireless, your trusted source for wholesome melodies and inspiring reports on community goings-on.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch, working with and through the sovereign, devised a meticulously designed marvel. If each of us does our part, produces glorious bounty for all. Naturally. Naturally, sometimes challenges do arise. We all know how invasive species can unbalance even the most robust ecosystem, like those nettlesome raptidons or the base individualists within Auntie's Choice. Though don't fret, the system is resilient. The system abides. But now, more than ever, we must all do our part to maintain it. Keep doing your job with pride. Keep informing on your neighbors. Same as ever. But prudence dictates we give it a little extra added zeal for now, just to offset any minor disruption.
The stalwart agent arrives. I need more time to finish my work, so I've prepared a choice for you. The hostages in the card press before you will die unless you intervene. If you go through the door on the right, you'll find the means to save them by solving a simple puzzle. Leave through the other door, however, and they will die, screaming in abject terror. But how could you call yourself an Earth Directorate agent if you allowed that to transpire?
I know a stall tactic when I see one. Calls on you, though, dear.
I prefer to kill my enemies first, innocent hostages later.
Entirely depends on your priorities. My former department would say keeping on mission is of paramount importance. But I no longer think I agree.
Definitely not. We should be the only ones killing hostages around here.
Like the cut of your jib. Hard way it is, then.
Praise high probability. Wiley trapped us here. He let some others go, but didn't even give us the chance to surrender.
He's lost his wits. Kept going on about his puzzle in the research wing upstairs. That must be where he hid the key to stop the press.
Hurry!
Normally, I'd suggest picking the lock on that safe, but it looks to be rigged to that ridiculous puzzle up above.
I have a growing suspicion the Seer's been overindulging in Aetherwave cereals.
Let's weapon prime!
Well, proceeding for... Negative collaboration!
Perfect minds, focused and dutiful, perfect plans, perfect people, perfect thoughts, and perfect
Good assessment. Confirmed.
Either restore my life or avenge my death.
Call from station for various research purposes.
Who needs to die?
We've heard some concerning
Seems we've effectively begun their puzzle. Idiots.
site of its recent launch.
What would your neighbor think about such heedless disregard for protectorate communiques?
Especially concerning such important matters.
Prudence dictates everyone listen closely to all official announcements.
Well then, moving on.
More music to aid in your earnest rumination of portentous societal responsibilities. Long ago, the matriarch devised the paradigm plan to support a bounteous life for all Protectorate subjects. From the tender fillet in your latest meal, down to this exquisite next song.
This laborious exercise is obviously intended to consume precious time.
Ah, see? Didn't I tell you our friend would be back?
Hurry! Disable the card press machine! Where are you going? Don't leave us! Come back!
Thank the art.
Time will tell if that was a good idea.
Not that I was concerned, mind you.
Thank you, stranger. We should be okay here for now. Okay, Wiley, his just dividends. For all of us. Yeah, Wiley's plan, which almost killed us.
Next, a small sampling of Protectorate abundance. Our non-Protectorate neighbors dine on dreck for breakfast. Nitrites, fillers, the rectangular fried batter known as waffles.
Hostilities are afoot. Further damage. The passes are out.
For your logical fallacy. Loading new.
Either restore my life or avenge my death.
No hesitation.
A pivotal moment is at hand.
Indecision.
taking my final breath in the name of matriarch. Third, the paradigm's planned without pause. What I wish for all who live, it's a privilege to die for the cause. And when I soon slip away, I'll be peaceful. Thoughts of my neighbors grinning. They will remember.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
I supported them tirelessly through to my last days and from the beginning. Knowing my heart, my brain, and consistency. Third, the paradigm's planned without pause. It's an honor and gift, what I'd wish for all who live. It's a privilege to die for the cause. Finally, I fulfill my purpose in life, a glorious death. Blown up by a mine. A fine way to go among many ways to die. Electroshock, plasma smelted, Cyranium gassed, goo pelted, minced, cubed, irradiated, blunt force trauma, decapitated. List of life-giving opportunities goes on and on. Oh, nearly forgot. Eaten by enemy raptidon. And my heart, it beats till it slows. But I know every breath and every smile, every step in every mile, contributing to something beautiful. The paradigm as a whole. It's an honor and a gift. What I wish for all who live, it's a privilege to die for the cause.
Proceeding to attack. Mind the hostile.
Vital critical. Don't become a torpificator.
At ready stat.
Toward adversary.
It only makes heels.
Do try to limit further damage.
Let's continue. Enemy curated places. Not protect.
Either restore my life or avenge my death. Foundation determined.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Ratcheting up my aggression. Investigating hunger.
Random elements. Present coordinates. Random elements. Target relocated.
Consider self-preservation a priority. Re-engaging.
Abundant entertainment delivered with acceptably reassuring communication. This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless.
Every component is vital. Each part supports the paradigm. Each of us is required to operate at peak efficacy so the system can function precisely, without error, like clockwork. Our duty gives us purpose, but it's an immense responsibility. Luckily, it's a shared one. We all rely upon each other to discern if we're lagging, or our zeal seems lacking, or just appear off somehow. Even the slightest drop in performance in such an intricately designed system can have great ramifications down the line. So remember, to inform on your neighbor is a blessing. Mental tune-up is occasionally necessary for everyone, so we can all operate in tip-top shape. When they return from the mental refreshment center, they will surely thank you for it. Prudence dictates. Eye your neighbors carefully. Now you know all you need to know, so on we go. Another beauteous melody granted by the grace of the sovereign.
Who doesn't appreciate a good orrery? Worthless people, that's who.
This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Essential listening for all subjects. It is the duty of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate seal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law. Next up,
music to invigorate your mind so you can serve the greater good at a brisk pace with a true adherence zeal.
I cannot believe Clemens fell for whatever half-baked argument you managed to cobble together. That imbecile. And Svoboda. I thought her more capable. You may have bested my peers, but they were never my equal anyway. And neither are you. You took so long, I was beginning to think my little puzzle actually stumped you. You seem confused. Allow me to delineate on the totality of your failure. Saving the hostages delayed you just long enough for me to complete my work. I was able to transmit not only the coordinates for the peace talks, but also the station security protocols, giving Augustine control over its automechanicals. She has everything. That's preposterous. And a transparent attempt at sowing discord between us. I haven't the time nor desire to enumerate the failings in your logic. Suffice to say, you misunderstand the basic fundamentals of my objectives. The Order has been dislocated from its ideals, becoming the opposite of all they espouse. De Vries and I are merely providing a necessary realignment.
All I hear is empty bluster from an amateur schemer whose only success so far is failing loudly at a sloppy plan. This slapdash takeover of yours is graceless and rushed and reeks of ineptitude and desperation. In my day, we did these things with considerable more efficiency and panache.
And who are you, exactly?
Marisol Delgado. Former head intercessor, Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
The endpoint. No. The improbability of you interrupting my plans at this singular moment beggars belief.
Our aims are so similar, I'd almost consider joining you. Had you not proven yourself such bumbling fools, dragging me into your mess. Consider how much uncertainty has been introduced into your equations. Can you have any confidence in your predictions at this point?
What in the architect's computational summary are you on about?
A plenitude of natural resources. Our station presents
That hopeless, ineffectual, over-reliant waste of workspace? He wouldn't dare. But I am beyond reproach. My talent without peer. What has Joseph ever done for the Order except occupy my valuable time with useless queries? No, this is some kind of deception. It has to be. I could not have missed such obvious machinations. My math is correct. My math is always correct. How could I have failed to recognize such gaps in my predictions? I checked and triple-checked. What could I have done? Where did I err? Enough! Please. Your point has been sufficiently made, and I truly lack the capacity to debate you further. I've already sent Augustine everything she needs. But all our communications are on this terminal. It is yours to peruse. Though I cannot say whether the information will be useful. Obviously, my analytical acumen is not what I'd assumed. All I know is that I was never meant to stop you. Now I must send word to my allies here at the monastery to stand down and notify them of my resignation from the Order. Effective immediately. I have no more predictions to offer. Now or ever.
I have grown worried. I have not received word from Archivist Clemens in some time, and I imagine you would have relayed any pertinent information by now. I fear this bodes ill. Without him, our only option is a direct assault. A risky proposition, to be sure. The last thing any of us want is for our plan to spiral out of control. And so it falls on you to seize back that control. Use the methods we discussed to take command of the monastery. When it is done, I will send further instruction. You have my trust. See that it is not misplaced. I'm much obliged for your tireless work. With this knowledge of Greater Tranquility Substation and its security codes, our plans for the peace talks can finally be spurred into motion. However, without Archivist Clemens and his explosives at our disposal, we've no choice but to proceed with our contingency plan. A direct assault. Though the codes will allow me control of the automechs on the station, we'd best accept now that more lives may be lost than previously assumed. Yet we must act unflinchingly. To fail now would mean the end of everything.
And now, the latest word on Superior Protectorate products.
Fulfilling your Protectorate duty shouldn't get in the way of 3 nourishful meals a day. Seek instant sustenance with Prestige Borscht Loaf. Only the purest natural ingredients, congealed into an appealing loaf shape. So it's ready to eat, with or without heat. Prestige Borscht Loaf. It's contentment in a can.
Intriguing items engagingly described. What's up next? The following song was composed, performed, and recorded under the explicit direction of the Sovereign, and as such, reflects his excessively high standards.
We should get ourselves to those peace talks post-haste, Commander. Wouldn't want to miss out on any of the mayhem and carnage.
It is better for the beggars and those who are not. Ideas are dangerous, that can break you.
Yeah. The fool I was. I believe I mattered in the plan's grand scheme.
Everything is grand and paradigm collide. It's safe inside the mold, so just do as you're told.
Agent, over here. I assume you had a chance to speak with Landon, that is, Seer Wiley.
greatly relieved to hear it. Did he mention me at all? I'd rather hope that would not come to light. I gather he did not receive the revelation well. I'm sure you also think me to blame for all of this. But you have to understand my position. How ill-equipped all in the Order are for this new world. With the schism and now the war, the Order stands alone for the first time in its storied history. We have no experience with governance. Well, myself especially. Education takes time, and that is the one thing the Order does not seem to have in abundance these days. Still, I take your meaning. We must do better. I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your assistance in reclaiming the monastery, regrettable as the business was. You are welcome to collect the experimental weapon inside the observatory, the Oracle. It was Landon's design. Only seems fitting you take it. This key will unlock the case. May all your future endeavors proceed in accordance to the plan.
Next, a small sampling of Protectorate Abundance. Ceaseless service stokes a hearty appetite. Sustain that zeal with the perfectly perfunctory meal. Moderation mini rolls. Modestly flavorful yet free of additive toxins, there's a wholesome banquet in every bite. Moderation mini rolls. Filling and duty fulfilling. Such perfect products, the envy of our rivals. But let's not gloat. Here's one you're absolutely sure to enjoy. A Protectorate prescribed favorite.
I don't know what you're complaining of. We emerged totally unscathed.
I'd estimate I'm 43.11% scathed.
And the sentinels will always heed the call. It's a blessing for us here, but a curse for those who near. Sending the sentinels for us all. When faithless subjects
at least it was a clean dissection. Roger would appreciate that, I think.
We'll always make them fall. The heroes of the hour, they're full of strength and power. Sending sentinels for us all. Send them in. They will always win. Sending the sentinels for us all. La 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 la. When the outside tries its best to invade us, our champions will cleanse the streets. Our paradigm preserved when they fight and die and serve. Send in the sentinels for us all.
Whether inside or out, there is never a doubt. Send in the sentinels for us all. Send in the sentinels for us all. La, 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 la.
Since the schism, the Protectorate have rewritten history.
What a horrible accident.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Invaders, the order defecting. There's no putting
Keep
this
your
brat
behavior
back in the can.
acceptable.
Oyster is looking pretty good right about now.
Wasteland, void of life? No, Arcadia is doomed.
Glorious bounty for all.
You wouldn't want to let him down, would you? Such as by ingesting any forbidden Auntie's Choice brand food items?
You might not know it, but prohibited products like Purple Berry Crunch are a gateway to the collapse of society.
Sugar is the definition of selfishness and decadence.
Preservatives are synonymous with avarice and evil.
So ignore the sinful siren's call of Auntie's Choice product advertising. Eat only from the bounty of Arcadia. Stay fit, sustain the system, serve the sovereign.
It's not only common sense, it's your
Look up to it!
Capacitor out.
All systems supply.
To shoot the enemy!
It's perfect.
You've suffered extent.
Our paradise lies.
You're more effective when you're not dead. Your expiration is non-capacitor deployed. Freeze! Suffered extensive damage.
You're the center. You're what fuels our mighty flame. We share successes and failures, even when you're to blame. It is here that we thrive. It's out there they all fail. We must trust our community. It's only then that we prevail as one perfect union. A simple people so whole, to be right and unbreakable. That is our ultimate goal. Yeah. We all trust in each other. By rules we abide, working as commanded to, side by side.
station offers only the best in music for Protectorate subjects. It's your due, because our way is superior to others.
Loading up!
Reviving me is strategically optimal.
Trouble it is!
Feel like you're about to die.
Thank you, dear.
This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Essential listening for all subjects. Fellow subjects, pardon my momentary pontification on the subject of jealousy. It is an alien concept for us in the Protectorate, where we want for nothing. Yet jealousy is a tangible thing for our enemies. Consider Guardian Estates, where wayward Protectorate subjects have turned on their neighbors, squabbling for our scraps. Take heart. Their lives are empty and short. Even our enemies despise them. Their demise will be no surprise, all in line with the paradigm.
Stand by for further reassuring content.
Now listen to this.
I could feel my wary little mind start to wander. Things I shouldn't be thinking about, I wonder. That is when I knew I needed sort of correction. I needed the words of my better. I just keep going again with a quick mental refreshment. I have seen my friends rested, so I knew there was no reason to stress it. Process can remove that crinkle, feelings that can cause a wrinkle. What I know now, unthinkable thoughts have to go with a quick mental refreshment. Those sentiments I felt were such a burden on me.
Aggressor at hand. Mobilizing.
See offer such an effortless I've never been the infidelities are no longer strangers. The sadness that was once inside, long since gone and inside. I knew that I could be oh so much better again with the quick mental refreshment. Quick mental refreshment. Quick mental refreshment.
Broadcasting reassuring programming in line with the paradigm. This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea. It's the law. Well then, moving on.
Our station offers only the best in music for Protectorate subjects. It's your due, because our way is superior to others.
I'll handle this.
No place to die. Not a good look, Commander.
Here's a little number to get your feet tapping and your mind meditating on the perfection of Protectorate society.
neighbors talking low. Watch any neighbors eating slow. Pay close attention everywhere you go. Everyone staying in the know. Who watches the watchers? You and me forever. Who watches the watchers? We don't want never. Watch any neighbors who oversleep. Any neighbors who don't know the beat causing eye. Directive and the light. And we watch each other and communicate high. Who watches the watchers? We all watch together. Who watches the watchers? You watch them, us watchers.
Hostilities are afoot.
Enemy
Inside, Commander.
There is no community without scrutiny. Watch any neighbors talking low. Watch any neighbors eating slow. Pay close attention everywhere you go. Everyone staying in the know. Who watches the watchers? You and me forever. Who watches the watchers? We don't want together. Watch any neighbors who oversleep. Any neighbors who don't know the beat causing eye. Directive and the light. And we watch each other and communicate high. Who watches the watchers?
Wrist weapon prime!
Enemy spotted.
Evaluate this durable. Patch yourself
There is no community without scrutiny. Watch any neighbors talking low. Watch any neighbors eating slow. Pay close attention everywhere you go. Everyone staying.
I'm going to lend a hand at the exclusion zone. Going to be injured.
The Protectorate had only been told a watered-down revision of Order philosophy.
Thank you again. It's nice to have a little help around the camp. How can I be of service? I can tend to your injuries, provided you have the bits to comp anything. Right as rain. Now, my supplies are...
By calculating the position of every atom in the universe, we can predict the future, control reality, and ascend to
This is Protectorate-sanctioned wireless. Social guidance and approved messaging, punctuated by acceptable music.
Attention, attention. Please stand with impeccable posture to show your respect and love for our beloved sovereign as he graces us.
Whenever I had to eliminate someone as head intercessor, I always enjoyed the challenge of making it look like an accident.
Ooh, what fun! What sort of accidents?
Oh, the typical casual causalities of casualties. Choking on a fab witch, drowning in a bathtub, falling down stairs, faulty life support systems, tripping into an incinerator.
Oh, those I've killed all die from accidents, too. Drowning in their own blood, falling on my dagger, their heads fall off, they explode.
That's the right idea, dear. But you need to work on the execution.
Work on my executions. Got it. Thanks for the lesson.
Good day.
Now you know all you need to know, so on we go. The following song was composed, performed, and recorded under the explicit direction of the Sovereign, and as such, reflects his excessively high standards.
I just had a thought. I'm really not supposed to. Sadly, though it seems my thoughts fly too free. My mind feels too cold when I'm acting without reason.
Yeah, recharge for mayhem! Either restore my life or avenge my death!
Lies the mind is what we are told. Told is the one truth, no need for
Error. Greetings. This unit is unable to fulfill its programming. Are you able to assist this unit in its assigned duties? This unit is unable to execute its programming due to tampering. Navigational and other systems have been compromised. This unit is now being used as a target, which is not among its designated functions. This unit must return to Matriarch's mercy to dispense medical care in order to fulfill its programming. Navigation systems re-initializing. Processing optimal path toward Matriarch's mercy. Return sequence will be initiated once path is determined. This unit cannot deviate from its predetermined destination. Thank you, qualified engineer.
This is Protectorate-sanctioned wireless. Essential listening for all subjects. It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented. and others are not.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Investigating hostile intentions. Threat detected.
To invigorate your mind, so you can serve the greater good at a brisk pace, with a true adherence zeal.
Race you to the top.
You know we're in hard times when even the scavengers...
Proceeding to attack.
Restore my light core, avenge my death!
Vitals critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander.
And now, the latest word on superior Protectorate products.
Fulfilling your Protectorate duties shouldn't get in the way of 3 nourishful meals a day. Seek instant sustenance with Prestige Borst Loaf. Only the purest natural ingredients, congealed into an appealing loaf shape. So it's ready to eat, with or without heat. Prestige Borst Loaf. It's contentment in a can.
Well, that was thoroughly enriching.
Somebody
reach
over for me! Get a turn of touch!
Tries its best to disrupt us, and the sentinels will always keep calm. It's a blessing for us here, but a curse for those who near.
Race you to the top.
Sending the sentinels for us all. Faithless subjects try to corrupt us. Our guardians will
Resorting to violence.
They're full of strength and power, sending the sentinels for us all. Send them in, they will always send
Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you can reach it.
Love the streets. Paradigm preserved when they fight and die and serve. Send in the sentinels for us all. Whether inside or out, there is never a doubt. Send in the sentinels for us all. Send in the sentinels.
Proceeding to attack. Standing by to stupefy.
So spend a moment in remembrance of our matriarch, who not only drafted the blueprint of our perfect
Either restore my life or avenge. Vital's critical. Don't become a... Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs.
I'm
alive.
Who needs to die? Where only the seeds of base emotions, avarice, jealousy, hate, might sprout. She to Eden. We flourished under her guiding light, as life-giving as the star we call Arcadia. Thank the matriarch when you bask in our sun's warmth.
Looks a mite picked clean, doesn't it?
Who there?
Mobilizing.
Need a better spot!
Make it strike!
Thank the matriarch.
No more hiding!
In her grandson's
Go on the ground and shut!
You know all. The following song was composed, performed, and recorded under the explicit direction of the song, and as such reflects his excessively high standards.
Here at the end of it all,
Tramicular. Always fun to say, isn't it? Tramicular.
taking my final breath in the name of it. My sacrifice for the matriarch's vision. Embracing mortality tests my morality.
And still it's
It's an honor and a gift, what I'd wish for all who live. It's a privilege to die for the cause.
You ever just think, what if I jumped?
Thoughts of my neighbors safe at home grinning. They will remember how I reported them tirelessly through to my last days and from the beginning. Knowing my heart, my brain, and consistency. Serve the paradigm's plan without pause. It's an honor and a gift, what I'd wish for all who live. It's a privilege to die for the cause. Finally, I fulfilled my purpose in life, a glorious death. Blown up by a mine, A fine way to go among many ways to die. Electroshocked, plasma smelted, cyranium gassed, goo pelted, minced, cubed, irradiated, blunt force trauma, decapitated. List of life-giving opportunities goes on and on. Oh, nearly forgot. Eaten by enemy Raptidon. And my heart, it beats till it slows. But I know every breath and every smile, every step in every mile contributed to something beautiful. The paradigm as a whole. It's an honor and a gift. Well, I'd wish for all who live. It's a privilege to die for the cause.
Nice what they've done with the place.
Gather around the receiver with your neighbors. This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless, your trusted source for wholesome melodies and inspiring reports on community goings-on.
Everyone's neighbor Prudence here with some authentic talk. Eden's abundance can make subjects soft. Law knows my edges have rounded a smidge over the years.
Ha! Yes! What a relatable thing you just said, Prudence. We all wish our physiques were as perfect as our system.
Our pursuit of perfection must extend below the neck, Subaltern Prescott. We need a responsible regimen to stay in shape.
Good thing we all follow the robustness routine of the Eden League. Exercise program of the Pitchball Pros. It's like mental refreshment for the muscles. Mandatory and fun. No crime in that, right?
Not typically, no. Subjects, squat and give me 50 loin girders. Push through the abdominal cramping.
You're at the 90/40th line. Almost halfway done. Take a breath and hold it for 67 seconds. Average duration of a harsh bronzing in the even zone. Don't you die on me now. What would your neighbors think?
Okay, I think that's enough exertions for now. Return to your duty, subjects. Sore but proud of a robustness routine done well. When we are strong together, nobody can hack, cleave, wing, or bronze us from running the ball into our opponent's Sunday goal. Well, that, as they say, is that. What's next? Another song in an expertly curated playlist prepared explicitly for you. The song is chosen.
This window.
I spy my next victim.
Don't like
I
it.
mean a hospital.
You're more effective when you're not dead. I'm ready. They've been numb.
There's a strange
my life or avenge my death.
First war in Arcadia's history, within a few days of my being assigned here. As far from Protectorate society as possible, Golden Ridge suffers under an invading force.
I'm alive.
Moreover,
Who needs to die?
it appears that
Alas, it's not charged.
I lamented my isolation.
Either restore my life or avenge my death.
Next, a small sampling of Protectorate abundance.
The paradigm is the quintessential means to maintain our perfect society on Eden. Each of us must do all we can to ensure it operates flawlessly. Staying healthy is one of our greatest commitments. So try Eden's Bounty Ambrosial Biscuits. the pinnacle of protectorate food science, brimming with advanced nutrients and high moral fiber. A delectable delight, as flavorsome as it is conscientious. Your neighbor feel if they knew you weren't eating a balanced diet. Why, just ask everyone's neighbor, Prudence.
Prudence dictates you eat them.
Eden's Bounty Ambrosial Biscuits. Now due to continued research in an even wider array of unique and delicious flavors, like Patience Fruit, Somber Duty Melon Surprise, Arcadian Delight, Resolute Orange, and Loquat from Heaven.
Well, that was thoroughly enriching. Let's continue. More music to aid in your extermination of portentous societal responsibilities.
Window.
Unfriendly company.
Don't like
They're
it.
mine.
These strangers should rip them out.
Recharge for me!
Uh-oh! Swine all in the ribs. Purification in progress. Taking the fight out of them.
Commander, throwing energy your way. Commander, your essential personnel. Better sleep with both eyes.
Bring time to me!
Thought you would... Either restore my life or avenge my...
Why, just ask everyone's neighbor, Prudence.
Prudence dictates you eat them.
Eden's Bounty Ambrosial Biscuits. Now due to continued research in an even wider array of unique and delicious flavors, like Patience Fruit, Somber Duty Melon Surprise, Arcadian Delight, Resolute Orange, and Loquat from Heaven.
Such perfect products, the envy of our rivals. But let's not gloat. Now listen to this.
This window. Don't like it. These strangers.
Recon
Recharge for mayhem! Vitals are in the river. Commander, your essential personnel. Restore my life or avenge me.
You want...
Preservation a priority. Purification in progress. Locking them down. Do not refuse medical support. I'm alive. Who needs to die?
There is a strange sort of humor in the onset of the first war in Arcadia's history, within a few days of my being assigned here. as far from Protectorate society as possible. Golden Ridge suffers under an invading force, and moreover, it appears that our Order colleagues have betrayed us. At first, I lamented my isolation, but I've realized I was where I needed to be of service. The scores of abandoned subjects need a leader. I have enlisted the staff at these estates to help accept the first influx of still loyal Protectorate refugees. More shall come. I shall lead them out of the shadows and into the light.
So you did come. Good. I'm not partial to working with those given to second thoughts. It seems we arrive on a desolate scene. I don't know what transpired, but whatever it was killed the refugees to a person. As an Arbiter, I bear a strong stomach. But if you've any reservations about witnessing destruction visited upon the innocent, you'd best steel yourself. I hope your words are true, for carnage is a more than apt descriptor today. I've some theories on the refugees' killers, but I remain unsatisfied. Although I am not required to do so as an Arbiter, I would care to acquire proof. We operate under the Sovereign's indefatigable will. Thus, we do not need proof. But my training was somewhat unique in that it emphasized the value of thorough investigation. Let us comb the remnants of this charnel house. These people could have been saved if they simply hadn't deviated from the paradigm. about all this blood? I just polished these boots. I cannot help but feel a pang for these people, cut down without a hope of defense. We must uncover what transpired here. Let's hear it. Seems this base has seen its share of destruction. I maintain that it feels deliberate, judging by the still standing buildings. Was there anything remarkable about it? Good observation. Suffice it to say, the Protectorate would not take kindly to such a theft. Did you have anything else? I doubt it factored in their inadequacy in the face of a superior force, assuming there was a superior force. The distinct lack of automechanical corpses around us supports your point. It seems the defenders did not defend. The fact that this camp isn't a bullet-strewn ruin suggests it was wiped out by something precise, or at least not as destructive as traditional weapons of war. Did you learn anything by examining the body? Interesting. Dragoon automechs wield shock cannons, and the refugees may have had some for defensive purposes. That automechanicals would fall in the camp's defense is logical. That there would only be one is not. Did you notice anything interesting about it? Then it was fighting blind. Doesn't seem like something a defensive automech should be doing. You're certain you've combed the place to your liking? Then let us debrief and see if we can deduce what transpired here. Have you any theories as to what killed these people? A good first observation, and one I concur with. Too little damage, no signs of traditional firearms. Have any theories about the automechs that did this? My thoughts exactly. How do you believe they were compromised? It's too convenient. I submit that the refugees predominantly used the local shortwave tower to control their automechs. The saboteur commandeered it and sent out an override. The only remaining puzzle piece is why. Why go through all this trouble to eliminate a handful of isolated refugees? Agreed. I do believe that relay is of Protectorate make, and the refugees most certainly didn't build it themselves. They were likely Protectorate as well. I hypothesize that they used it to listen in on Protectorate communications, then sold what they learned to Sub Rosa. After the Vox Relay's recent destruction, High Command would have ordered a security sweep of all communication systems. This outpost's relay would have returned a signal. Upon learning of this camp's existence, they'd have dispatched a sentinel to cross off any would-be traitors. Hence the destruction we bear witness to. I admire your enthusiasm, but these refugees were traitors to the Protectorate, though I still believe there was a solution here beyond complete annihilation. Now with that finished, Hold. Some things approach. Be ready. I suspect someone has disapproved of our inquiry. Since the machines returned, bent on eliminating any stragglers. Go on!
Try and keep your guts on the inside, Commander.
That was a healthy engagement. You held your own admirably. These automechs will never be used to perpetrate such heinous acts again. I believe we're at the end of our investigation. The prospect of sharing our findings with the broker isn't terribly appealing, but we've little choice. I will locate my wretched Sub Rosa transport and return to Free Market Station. Pleasure fighting beside you. Be sure you return to Free Market Station to debrief with me. Despite our work here, I somehow doubt the broker would grant an audience to me alone.
Hey, Commander, I think Val wants us to discuss strategy. Or I could just be misunderstanding the noises emanating from her.
The information collected on the peace talks has been verified, Commander. As time is a factor, this unit suggests heading to Greater Tranquility Station as soon as you are able.
If we ain't keen on courting complete chaos, we'll need a plan. A solid one. If DeVries succeeds in killing these delegates, it'll be a hell of a lot more than a PR nightmare to worry about. It'll be war.
I don't trust the Order to do so. They've appeared perpetually wrong-footed since Passard took office. Perhaps that's part of some strategic long-term plan, but I wouldn't rely on it.
Records indicate Greater Tranquility is a derelict station. Consequently, the ideal route to reach the main chamber for the peace talks will be through its underbelly. Be advised. In the absence of Victor and his explosives, Agent DeVries and her team will be committed to a frontal assault. Due to delays incurred while saving the Order hostages, DeVries also has the codes to control the station's security automechanicals and will assuredly deploy them against you, Commander.
It's a comm station built by the Order in the early days of the colony. As Val said, automechanical security measures are a given, and DeVries will surely level them against us. I'd also expect some level of hazardous disrepair, though the unpredictable nature of DeVries and her defectors concerns me more than anything.
Additionally, per the Earth Directorate Manual, when lacking equivalent combat forces, determination and vast amounts of ammunition may make up the difference.
You know where I stand. This war's taken too many good folk from us. I'll be damned if I let DeVries add to that number.
I'm coming with you. Who better to make DeVries pay for Horizon Point than a pair of our own Phantoms? Good. Would have been a shame if DeVries was the reason for us falling out, too.
Confirming coordinates for Greater Tranquility Station. Confirmed. Use the astrogator when you are ready to navigate to the station, Commander.
Observational data is important, but I hate seeing these rifts so close.
Good evening. On behalf of everyone in Auntie's family, I want to thank our hosts for securing this wonderfully austere venue to begin our negotiations.
Ship seems out of place here. Worth a once-over.
It is deeply regrettable that matters on Golden Ridge have not been resolved. But I will now graciously allow the Vicar Laureate and his fellow shareholders the floor.
Madam Vice President, I and my fellow counselors share those grievances, but we are here in good faith. Peace between us will allow us to contend with the rifts, the true threat.
This must be the satellite that sent an emergency ping across the system. What led me to you, Commander? But why is DeVries hanging on to it?
Looks like Earth Directorate handiwork. Not familiar with the model.
Be still, Cadre. But don't let this interloper out of your sight. It's you, is it not? The one Agent DeVries warned me to expect? Well, see here. If you intend to stop me, you're far too late. I certainly don't wish it. Yet my health is of far less import than ensuring our mission success. I've already cleared the way for my associates into the station.
This one's a potential font of useful information, dear. You just need to administer the proper application of force.
You'll do no such thing. My willpower is stout, my loyalty unshakable. And even if by some low chance you could extract my knowledge, you'll never truly understand. If our deaths buy Agent DeVries and our comrades the time they need, so be it. That matters not. He lost his grit and turned traitor. But I am steadfast in my resolve. You hear me? Steadfast. No, I mean, yes. Stop attempting to scramble my thoughts. But it doesn't matter what you do. The rest of our team is pushing forward. Agent DeVries is right. The only way to save us from destruction is to save the Order from itself. But why would you leave me be? This situation is markedly different. Those at the monastery were not standing in your path. How can you say that without knowing me, and mean it? Your resolve is unmistakable, and it's quickly becoming all too clear I've no option left but to trust you. Fine then, I surrender. See this screen? Agent DeVries' orders for each of her strike teams are here for the taking. One team is in the next chamber, in fact. They're using the Seer's codes to gain control of the automechs and secure the station. All while Agent DeVries makes for the forum chamber to eliminate the delegates. You'll also need this. Her guards have commandeered some frightful reinforcements, and you'd do well to find the control hub to disable them before you're spotted. That's my end of the agreement upheld. If you truly intend to stop her, best be on your way now. May the numbers guide you.
No time to wait. Let's have a look at those plans.
regarded as
We need to find us a fuse to get this old thing operational again.
is good. If the Protectorate's own leader is beyond his depth, he and his ilk won't anticipate an alliance.
He's not my sovereign.
Yes, right. Well, landing a strike against the Protectorate in this state will be something like wrangling a galloping breadworm.
I am unfamiliar, but I presume that to mean it will be without exertion? If so, then you are perhaps even more ignorant of Arcadia than I calculated. The Sovereign, guide him, is as ineffective as you suggested, but his advisor, the Consul, is not. These executions, these impulsive attacks, are solely his influence.
Solely? Your previous sovereign was rather draconian himself, if your own history books are to be wrong. Do not act like the current rot emerged from nowhere.
I could perhaps say the same for you and your reputation for putting profits over people. But instead, I suggest we pivot our discussion back to the real matter at hand.
Looks like those... are on their side. Shame. Could have been useful.
Ready to waste them. On your command. You can't fight.
What are you about? Locked us.
Standing by.
You cannot perfect only starting to. In 3K started.
Your enemy is strategically optimal. Thank you, dear.
After some quick mental calculations, I do see merit in your last declaration. It was astonishingly logical, in fact.
How charming that I've surprised an esteemed man such as yourself. In turn, I wish to thank you for toning down your bloviating. I feared we'd still be here next fiscal quarter.
Yes, you must be quite busy between product launches and counting bits. But I will be here as long as it takes to ensure the order isn't taken advantage of by duplicitous actors. I'd like to discuss your efforts on Paradise Island. We may have no physical presence there, but we are ever watchful. Our observations suggest that matters have been delicate, but I was heartened to hear that your leaders convinced Westport residents to seek shelter in Fairfield. Things rarely end this way for the Protectorate's abandoned subjects.
Ah, yes. The Protectorate had their folk living in fear between all those hangings and maniacal proclamations. That was all the opening we needed to acquire some hearts and minds.
Well, we welcome the news of your advances. However, it is worrisome that it took the assistance of a freelancer for you to finally secure your hold. Worrisome indeed. According to my analysis, neither of our parties has enough goodwill with the other to proceed directly to an alliance. A swift end to the war is highly improbable.
You had to run a quaint predictive
This
model
unit
to come to
welcomes
that
you to
conclusion?
the utility
Did your
atrium.
numbers
My
give any
records
insight
do not
into making
indicate
this
that
war
any
worth my
authorized
while?
personnel remain aboard the station. But I am, praise be...
No time to lob.
Good spot for an ambush. Mind your corners.
net shot will get it. I can hear the scabbard ready to spread.
Nobody around.
We've suffered extensive damage, Commander.
Don't move.
Vital critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give me food.
Further infantry. This net shot will miss. How are you still right over there?
On your command.
peace solution.
Yeah.
Balancing the equation. What are you doing down there?
Refuse medical support.
Fine then. Cross that bridge and see how well you fare.
I'm not ready. I'm the one you worried about.
Ally slain. Grief duly noted.
We're so close. One elevator ride away from having DeVries in our crosshairs. Finally.
We came here in good faith to offer a merger and an alliance. And yet, our parties will still be at each other's throats by the end of this. Is this really what you want?
It'd be foolish to even consider an alliance when you so clearly wish to bend Arcadia to Auntie's will. Should the fighting intensify, and it shall, it will be due to your pride. Presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar already possesses the foresight necessary to lead a colony and better its people. Until you acknowledge this, I fear we will never reach an accord.
Foresight is nothing without propaganda, and our Minister of Marketing has already won Protectorate hearts and minds. If unification is what you want, ingenuity is what you need.
So you think that your people should rule? I certainly won't downplay the powers of persuasion here, but Arcadian matters are best suited for Arcadians. We actively collect data to understand how to serve our people, after all. Look no
Might as
further
well
than
be served up on a platter. We don't have much time.
Yet he struggled to feed and house them properly. The poor man was clearly overwhelmed if he couldn't see his right hand was actively undermining him, even with his data.
Meanwhile, Auntie's choice has done little to alleviate the refugee crisis it helped create. Indeed, my projections may be accurate. You are more interested in what you do.
Damn you. Vicar, you are not yourself. Perhaps Auntie and your bishop should continue these talks. We'd be happy hosts. We do enjoy that.
You have a nasty habit of arriving at the wrong time, Commander.
It's over, Augustine. Nowhere left to run. No more lies you can peddle or people you can burn. Your rewards come due.
Ibarra, I was unaware of your survival until recently. Believe it or not, I was happy you survived. But to see you still seeking solace in the Commander's shadow is disappointing. You could have done anything with your life. Shrugged off the bad memories. But now you're both here to meddle. Law knows why. I gathered that when he ceased all communication and disappeared. What else could it be but his turning tail? You do have a flair for manipulating weak minds, it seems. I've no interest in continuing this little reunion. What happened in Horizon Point, well, I had no choice but to do as I did. And I'm prepared to do the same again. These delegates you came to save, I'm killing them both, and any hope for peace will die along with them. This is the only way if we hope to close the rifts before it's too late. Seems that hibernation's only made you more ruthless.
I think twice before making light of those 10 years you stole from the commander. And from me.
This hatred's unbecoming, Niles. And you'd both be fools not to hear me out. I am doing everything with what little power I have to stop the rifts from destroying the galaxy. I am so close. With the right data and the prototype rift modulator hidden away in a protectorate lab on Praetor, the Order could finally figure out how to control the rifts. But like the protectorate before them, Auntie's Choice must never have access to that technology. No. The Order's seers approached me after I arrived in Arcadia, and proved to me that I needed to act, to stop the Protectorate's rift research from annihilating our galaxy. You were an unwelcome variable. Prior knowledge could have changed your actions, and the seers had predicted that you and your team would perish in the process regardless. I tried to put it out of mind when you and I first spoke. I had to focus. But all I could think of was the cost I was being asked to pay to ensure the mission's success. And I forced myself to complete it. I trusted that with Horizon Point's destruction, humanity might be saved, but it wasn't. It was only the start. I must finish what I started. And yet it's nothing compared to the utter and complete destruction that would have come to pass. No. I did the right thing at Horizon Point, despite the cost. I had to sit with too many unanswered questions after the mission. It eventually forced me to find a way to fix the rifts. If only to stop the thoughts that plagued me. You recall what I said of the rift modulator, of the data? It's the only way to control the rifts, and only the Order can be trusted with this power. You know who these corporatists are, how they deal with their competitors. Imagine now how a war spurred by greed might be won, when fought with rifts instead of guns. You see? The Order must not sacrifice their principles for a childish attempt at peace. If they don't complete the mission they started, everything I have done will have counted for nothing.
Enough! Just enough, Augustine. I can't listen to any more of these excuses. I've got all the answers I needed, Commander. She's gone over the threshold and ain't no bringing her back. Best we make this quick, before she can hurt anyone else.
You think you have it in you to pull the trigger, Ibarra?
Had 10 years to practice. Give the order, Commander. How many times do you need a snake to bite you to realize its nature? She's shown us who she is, Commander. She's showing us again right now. Yes, Commander. You said to try and hold on to my humanity. But ain't this a just cause? Preventing the deaths of these delegates? You're wrestling fire here. You know that, right?
It doesn't matter. Nothing you can say to me will change the issue at hand. If I'm to give the Order the means to close the rifts, the peace talks must end. 2 dead delegates? That's a fair price to pay. We've paid worse. Just moments ago, you meant to kill me where I stood. What other options could there possibly be to save the Order from itself? They may try. Though we both know those corporatists. But even if what you say is true, there's no undoing the past. Not for me. I don't belong here. And the Earth Directorate's nothing more than a memory. This mission is all I have. So if you won't leave me to carry out my plans, Commander, then all that's left is your bullet. Savannah. I was never a good friend to her, even when she was all I had. Sometimes I thought her a fool for putting such faith in me. But if she still does, maybe. No, it doesn't matter. You should hate me for what I've done to you, to your crew. You can't possibly wish for me to live. Do you actually? I want nothing more than that, but I just didn't understand there was another path I could take. Not until this moment. I see now that my judgment has been compromised. So we will do this your way. No harm will come to the delegates, and I will stand down. But there's more you should know. I've recovered a cartridge from the Earth Directorate satellite I brought down. It's here, with me, and it contains the Rift data gathered from every system they monitor. If you process this data, you can use it to improve the prototype Rift modulator on Praetor. Once that's finished, the rifts can finally be closed. Everyone will be saved. Because, whether you believe it or not, you are the picture of an Earth Directorate agent. Competent, resourceful, tenacious. Oh, and humble, too. As for me, I've reached the limit of what I can do here. But you can still save us. And that cartridge will at least give you a head start. There's also a high-priority message from the Chief of Ops on there. I was unable to decrypt it, but you certainly have the means to do so on your ship. It may be 3 years old, but hopefully the information it contains is still relevant. Here, it's yours. May the numbers guide you, Commander. Wait, what in the void is that?
That rip along. We need to get back to the incognito now.
Follow me, quick!
It's not getting any smaller. Come on, Commander. Huff and puff it.
This is an urgent message for all Earth Directorate agents. The spatial rift situation has deteriorated significantly. The rifts threatening a majority of our colonies and our Earth Directorate bases, including this one, have entered their final stages. If you see a rift that looks like this, you are in grave danger. You have at most a matter of months before everything in your local system is destroyed. The seriousness of this situation cannot be overstated. Therefore, Directive Alpha Omega is hereby invoked. You are fully authorized to do everything in your power to find a way to close the rifts. Along with this message, the entirety of our rift data has been sent to your local surveillance satellite. Analyze this data. Law willing, you will find a way to unlock any secrets it has resisted yielding to us. The fate of humanity now depends on you.
Acknowledging receipt of emergency mission parameters update, including activation of Directive Alpha Omega. Commander is now released from any and all agent guidelines. The full parameters are as follows. The agent has full authority to handle the mission in any manner they see fit. No exceptions. The extreme nature of stated emergencies supersedes any other considerations. I have also detected competing priorities in the new mission objectives. The surveillance data from the satellite confirms DeVries's assertion of a prototype modulator on Praetor that may be used to manipulate rifts. Acquisition is required to be able to bypass any new or existing miniature ground-level rift anomalies you may encounter. You are also tasked with finding a way to process the Earth Directorate rift data. The archive computer on Cloister would be best suited to this purpose. Agents are permitted to cooperate with local governments and other political entities at their discretion, even under normal directives, which you are no longer bound by. Both Auntie's Choice and the Order have previously controlled the archive, and may be open to working with you to regain access. Seeking their assistance is recommended. Coincidentally, both delegates also escaped the station and have sent messages expressing gratitude. It seems they feel they owe you their lives and have asked to meet with you at their respective headquarters. Returning to mission objectives. Do you have a preference for which to pursue first, Commander? Acknowledged. Due to the rift's expansion, both Cloister and Praetor show a high preponderance of miniature rifts. Proceed with caution. It is worth noting that the Order of the Ascendant is headquartered on Cloister. You've also received a message from Auntie's Choice. This unit can relay its contents now, should you wish. The message has also been sent to your private terminal. Greetings, morally gray potential contractor. You've been pre-selected for membership in Auntie's Choice Esteemed and Valuable Disposable Agent Program. Report on board the ACS Undisputed Claim for details on this exciting opportunity. Signed, Auntie Cleo. It appears you now have permission to visit Auntie's Choice headquarters aboard its flagship, Commander. You may use the astrogator to navigate there at any time.
happened back there? We had her cornered, bullets chambered, justice within reach, and you just let her go? What am I supposed to do with that? How am I supposed to trust you the next time a tough choice has to be made? That sort of thinking never would have slowed DeVries on the draw. Mercy's a fine concept, but I'm not convinced everyone deserves it. Just hope we don't come to regret our stayed hand. I'm gonna need time to muddle through all this, so let's just end things there, for now.
Never thought you'd manage to save DeVries along with the delegates. They could be good allies when we look for help closing the rifts. Assuming DeVries sticks to her change of heart. There's one thing I can't shake, though. That rift exploded at just the right time, right in the middle of the peace talks. Wouldn't happen to be the universe trying to tell us something, would it? Don't suppose it could have been more subtle in its approach, huh? By the way, what DeVries said about Auntie and the Rift Tech, don't take it to heart, huh? Auntie ain't an idiot. Much as she loves business, reckon she loves self-preservation even more. That's some confidence there. Just be careful. She's a shrewd dealmaker. Knows all the loopholes in the book. Still, think we ought to pay the undisputed claim a visit. See if we can court Auntie's aid. Your boss was clear. We'll need all the help we can get to close these rifts. Whether we gain that help from Auntie or not, I won't lose sight of that. Our galaxy's survival is of far more consequence than our loyalties. Anyway, appreciate you hearing me out.
We going to kill Hierarch Ziegler soon? My knife hand's getting itchy. Who can say? There was no indication that I've seen. I've interacted with him on occasion. Seemed a decent, loyal sort. As interested as I am to hear whatever sorry explanation he has, not sure I'll be able to control my rage when I see him to ask why before I remove his spleen. Maybe I'll start with his gallbladder? No, I think it's gotta be the spleen.
Saving the delegates from DeVries took considerable effort, dear. Of course you could, but you didn't. They still might have a role to play if we're to close the rifts. May the plan favor us against long odds.
Short-range transmission just came in from Zeb. Sounded urgent. He's requesting we meet him at the tomb of the Matriarch, here on Praetor. It's where the Matriarch and First Sovereign are buried, supposedly. You're sure in fine form today, Commander. By all accounts, this tomb's not exactly some cobwebbed crypt. But I guess we'll have to go and see it for ourselves, won't we? Zeb left out the mission parameters. Probably worried his message might be intercepted. Not unfounded, given the Protectorate presence on Praetor. After Paradise Island, Dad, I'll get another chance like this to close the rift between Zeb and me. I want to go and help him, Commander. I need to. Much obliged. The sooner we can rendezvous with the tomb, the better. Got the sense that whatever's going down, it's happening now.
Don't know about you, but that screams experimental rift lab facility to me.
Protectorate control of Praetor has largely been achieved through the maintenance of a blockade. A survey of Praetor indicates there may be an alternate route past the blockade via the Automech factory. spot.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Do try to limit further damage, Commander. Vitals are in the red, Commander. Find some way around. Incoming! Get clear! Vitals critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander. Corporification in progress. Locking them down. Capacitor out.
No place to die. Uh-oh, Commander's almost dead. Intentional. I'm alive.
I'm not clear what that roar signified, but whatever issued it sounds fierce.
over here.
I won't pretend seeing you again evokes anything more than revulsion after the events of Paradise Island. But beggars cannot be choosers. I don't see Niles with you. Did he not listen to the whole of my message? I asked for him specifically. I disagree with that assessment. Come back with Niles, and quickly. I can only delay my plan for so long. We have nothing more to discuss without Niles present. Hurry and fetch him.
Whenever I always enjoyed casual faulty life support.
Those I've killed all die from accident. They're on my dagger. Work on